liberal provinces to get to this farmyard in Saskatchewan with this gun. So we're gonna open it up and take a peek. See what I have to go through to get here. My hair's kind of in the way. So it's a big gun. A real big gun. You ready? This little sucker. I tricked you with the big case. A little bit overkill, but my hair, it's all wild. There we go. Okay, so here, right here we got a Black Creek Labs TRX Bronco. It's a TRX 7 308. And it does fold. It's got the, so you hit this right there. And then that little piece right there blocks the safety, so you can't shoot it. Hence why it's so short and legal. And it's just got the little tab at the back there that locks it. So there's a little bit of play in there. It's not too terrible. And I don't think the cheek rest is adjustable, but if you got the right optic on there, it's not super bad. So yeah, it's in 308. It's got a 9.5 barrel, 9.5 inch. So I don't know how much rifling there would be. Probably like 8 inches of rifling or more, roughly, which is pretty crazy. So there's usually a huge fireball that comes out the end of this thing, and it does have a threaded barrel. It's begging for a muzzle brake, this thing, but so it is threaded. And there's Picatinny rail all under there. I put a little beaver felt on there. It's hard on the shoulder, but it's soft on the hands. That's all that really matters. And how can you get more Canadian than this thing? So it ships with just one PMag, and like it is, I put some lube in there, but it is pretty smooth action. And to get the bolt out like it, you have to fold the stock there to slide it out. So if you notice, it does have two, I don't know what you call them, ejector pins there, and then the extractor. And usual 3-lug. And you might be able to, so I don't know if that just threads in there or how that works, but if you want to go bigger charging handle or bolt handle, I don't know, I'm not super used to bolt guns, but it does have a Trigger Tech in there. I don't know if you can see the T on it, but so it is Sweet Trigger. Yeah, it's nothing too special. I thought they'd flare the mag well like they usually do, but they never on this one. But I think I would have preferred if they did, but it's not a big deal. I don't think you're too much in a rush with a bolt action gun. But so I've been switching optics on this thing, but so on it right now I just got a cheesy hole of sun, so, and I might have to trim up my beaver. It kind of gets in the way a little bit. But pretty cool. I had to have it, of course. Yes, it does have the QD mounts on either side of the gun. Buttstock, not rubber, hurts the shoulder. And so I was rushing home, seeing this was in the mail. I guess I walked it through Liberal Lands, never mind, and stopped at Canadian Tire, and I picked up this stuff. So it was like cheap. So I was like, I'm gonna buy like 6 boxes. And so I've been getting light primer strikes. So I don't know if it's the ammo. I'm kind of banking on it because it was like super cheap. Or maybe it's their firing pin, because I've had issues. I guess they've had issues with on their 5.56 guns where it's people are having issues with like surplus ammo getting light primer strikes, so they put a little, it's just like a little I don't know what you want to call it, just a little piece that sits in front of the spring there for more tension on it. So maybe this is what it needs, but I'm gonna try some different ammo and see if that's what the issue is, or if it's just garbage ammo. Okay, so we're gonna take a couple shots with this thing, and let's see if I can shoot it one-handed, so let's give her a go. So maybe it is light primer strikes, because it's just hardly hitting it. So maybe I'm gonna have to take it apart and take a look, but it does it sometimes and other times it doesn't, so I don't know, it's kind of weird. And some other times, like once it fires, it's hard to get it out. You kind of got to be super rammy with it, but so we'll try it again. I'm gonna try to get a shot off here, and I'll find the empty to see how it differs from that, to see if it's the ammo or the gun. Because like I said, there are other guns that has been an issue for some of them, so maybe that's what it is too, but let's try her again. So like, it's not that much more imprinted than the old one. So maybe it is just my junky ammo. I don't know if you can see it. It is, maybe it is imprinted a little bit more, so yeah. Yeah, it's got to be the friggin' bolt or the spring. I don't know, something in there. Or maybe I should just stop being so cheap and get better ammo maybe. But I'll shoot her a couple more times. See if you can see the fireballs. He's a quiet baby. He likes to sit under the desk. Okay, so we're gonna do a little video on the TRX Bronco. I get so many names, like they're all confusing. That one's the MRX Bison, this TRX Bronco, and TPX-7. I got a little fluffy on there. Yeah, so I'll do a quick video. If I get my video editor thing working, I'll hopefully get this thing on YouTube. But something I found interesting when I don't like reading these, but sometimes you learn some things. So it said on the barrel, obviously 30 cals are threaded 5/8/24. Anyways, the life expectancy, depending on how you shoot, 10,000 rounds. I found that interesting. So I didn't think it was that much for 308, but I'm not like, I'm no gunsmith by any means, but so I'm still learning all the time, but I thought that was interesting. This barrel is made out of 4140. And then I was looking at the overall length, which I, for some reason, thought it was shorter than what it was, but okay, so when it's fully collapsed, it's around like, I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty near 20. It's around like 20. Yeah, it's pretty right there, just over 20. And then when you're in shooting mode, just over 27 roughly. Yeah, just over 27 inches. Okay, so like these guns aren't that hard to take apart. So it has a little bolt release there. I don't feel like going all the way through this thing, but it's pretty straightforward. It's got a bolt under there, one right there. I was more or less wanting to do the bolt itself. Pretty much just says you gotta take it off the cocking ramp there. And what I do, I don't know if you can just, some guys, I don't know what other people do, just he-man it up, but I put it, so all you gotta do is just move that up from the little detent there, and I just put it on the bench. So make sure you don't want to go down that way, or it's gonna be a real pain. Like if you're just learning guns, and like I have had issues with this before, but just don't let it go down in that big piece there. You're gonna have some issues and it's not gonna be fun. But the easiest way I find is put it on the side of the bench and just give it a little twist. So then you gotta twist it and find that little, I don't know if you can see it there, it's got a little, there you can see it, that little detent. You gotta put that pointing at it, and then you can pull that off, and then maybe just hold on to that so it doesn't go shooting out. But so that is the firing pin. So knowing that one, they said there was issues with light primer strikes, like what this was doing. So they opted for this little piece on the Bison. It just sits in front there, and supposedly it helps, but I wasn't having issues with it, so, but that's what they were, that was their what's the word I'm looking for here, that was their fix for the light primer strikes. I guess I can do that later, but so I don't know what they're gonna do with this one, but hopefully just the ammo, but I guess we will find out. But so pretty much just when you're going to put it back together, there's a little indent on the bolt handle there, and it'll slide in on the flat part of the firing pin right there. And then when you rotate it, it'll grab on the underside, because it is indeed rounded. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy, pretty cool. Just line her up with the indent there. I find that you gotta push it, so if you don't want to hold it, use your 3D printed armor bench block if you got a 3D printer, or just buy one, and then slide it in from the right, not the left, although I wish it was the left. And don't go too far. There you go. So make sure you turn it to, I should have showed you when it was off, but that little, it's got a little indent. I don't know if you can see it, but it sits right in there. Yeah, maybe I'll show you. Or maybe I won't, I don't want to. So you kind of got to fiddle with that around, but you want to make sure you go opposite of that big cutout there. So just play with that, the bolt handle there, to make sure it'll move, and then you turn it. And then it'll click on that little indent just before the ramp there. So it's pretty straightforward. Just thought I'd do a video on this thing because it's kind of cool and it's different from the Bison. And there's probably still people getting in the guns, and it's just a video to help them out. So have fun shooting out there.